The laughter echoed through the luxurious lobby like a slap. An elderly woman stood beside the reception desk, her worn clothes covered in dust, her hands trembling as she tried to explain why she had come. Around her, expensive suits and polished shoes moved impatiently past, while a few employees watched with amused smiles. Then one woman stepped forward, not because she knew who the old woman was, but because she could not bear to watch another human being humiliated. Before we continue, if you believe in humanity, second chances, kindness, and the idea that every person deserves dignity regardless of their appearance or social status, please like this video, share it with someone who believes the same, leave a comment, and subscribe to Humanity Tales for more emotional stories that remind us that kindness can change a life. Her name was Maya Carter, a young administrative assistant who had been working at the prestigious Sterling Heights Corporation for less than 6 months. Maya did not come from money. She had grown up watching her mother struggle to pay bills, and she had learned early that a person's worth could never be measured by the clothes they wore or the balance in their bank account. She had accepted the modest office job because she needed to support her younger brother while saving enough money to continue her education. That afternoon, Maya was carrying a stack of documents across the lobby when she noticed the elderly woman standing alone near the reception desk. The woman looked exhausted. Her faded dress was torn in several places, her shoes were worn down, and a simple cloth covered her gray hair. She held an old handbag tightly against her chest as though it contained something precious. A receptionist was speaking to her with obvious irritation. The woman had apparently asked to see someone from the executive office, but the receptionist insisted that she had no appointment. Instead of politely explaining the procedure, she loudly questioned why someone dressed like her believed she could simply walk into a corporate headquarters. Several employees nearby began whispering. One man laughed and said that perhaps she had mistaken the building for a charity center. Another employee looked at the woman from head to toe and smirked. The old woman lowered her eyes. She seemed embarrassed, but she did not leave. Maya stopped walking. For a moment, she thought about continuing. She was already late delivering the documents, and she knew her supervisor had warned her about making unnecessary interruptions. She also knew that the company valued appearances. But then she looked at the elderly woman's face and saw something that reminded her of her own mother. Maya walked toward her. She gently placed the documents on a nearby table and approached the woman with a warm smile. Instead of asking what she had done wrong, Maya asked whether she needed help. The old woman's eyes filled with surprise. It had been a long time since someone in that building had spoken to her kindly. Maya picked up the woman's handbag when it slipped from her trembling fingers and helped her sit on a nearby chair. She brought her a glass of water and quietly asked what she needed. The woman explained that she had come to see the company's CEO, Daniel Sterling, but she had no appointment. She said she only needed a few minutes with him. The receptionist immediately objected, reminding Maya that she was not authorized to bring visitors into the executive area. Maya did not argue. She simply said that the woman deserved to be treated with respect, whether or not she had an appointment. Then she asked security to contact the executive office and explain that an elderly visitor was requesting to see Mr. Sterling. The atmosphere changed almost instantly. Within minutes, a senior executive assistant hurried through the lobby. Her expression was unusually serious. She looked at the elderly woman, froze, and immediately stepped forward. Everyone expected her to ask the woman to leave. Instead, she lowered her head respectfully and said that Mr. Sterling had been waiting for her. The lobby fell silent. The receptionist's face went pale. Maya stared in confusion as the assistant gently took the elderly woman's hand and escorted her toward the private elevators. Before entering, the woman turned back and looked at Maya with grateful eyes. Then the elevator doors closed. Only a few minutes later, Daniel Sterling himself appeared in the lobby. He was one of the most powerful CEOs in the city, a man known for his strict standards and demanding personality. Employees immediately straightened their clothes as he walked toward them. But Daniel wasn't looking at anyone else. He was looking toward the elevator. When the doors opened, he saw his mother. The woman everyone had mocked was Elena Sterling, his mother. She had intentionally come to the company without informing him. She wanted to see how people treated someone they believed had no influence, no money, and no connection to power. She had spent much of her life teaching Daniel that wealth meant nothing if a person lost compassion. Daniel had no idea what had happened in the lobby until his assistant explained everything. He looked toward Maya. She expected to be questioned about leaving her work and interfering with a visitor. Instead, Daniel walked toward her and thanked her. Maya was stunned. Elena then approached her and held her hands. With tears in her eyes, she explained that she had never wanted special treatment. She had wanted to know whether anyone would treat her like a human being when they believed she had nothing to offer. Maya had passed a test she never knew she was taking. But the story did not end with a simple thank you. Daniel reviewed the lobby security footage and saw everything that had happened. He saw the insults, the laughter, the dismissive behavior, and finally Maya stepping forward when everyone else stepped away. The following morning, Daniel called an emergency staff meeting. He did not publicly humiliate the employees who had mistreated his mother. Instead, he reminded everyone that a company could have beautiful offices, expensive technology, and millions in revenue, but none of it mattered if the people inside had forgotten how to respect others. The receptionist received formal disciplinary action and was required to complete workplace conduct training. The others involved were also held accountable. As for Maya, Daniel offered her a promotion. She initially hesitated. She did not want special treatment either. She explained that she had only done what she believed anyone should have done. Daniel smiled and told her that was exactly why she deserved the opportunity. Months later, Maya became part of a new company initiative created by Elena, a community support program for elderly people, struggling families, and individuals who were often ignored because of their appearance or financial situation. Maya helped build the program from the ground up. She never forgot the old woman at the reception desk, because that woman had unknowingly changed her life. And Elena never forgot Maya. Years later, whenever people asked Elena what she considered her greatest lesson in life, she would tell them that kindness is most powerful when there is nothing to gain from giving it. Maya had not helped Elena because she knew she was the CEO's mother. She helped because Elena was human. And sometimes, that is the difference between simply seeing someone and truly seeing them. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness still matters, and subscribe to Humanity Tales for more stories about compassion, courage, and second chances. Before the ending, comment, "Kindness has no price," if you believe every person deserves respect, no matter what they wear, where they come from, or how much money they have. Because the next time you see someone being ignored, judged, or treated as though they are invisible, remember Maya. You may never know their story. You may never know who they are. And you may never know how one small act of kindness could change their entire life, or your own. The world does not always need another wealthy person, another powerful person, or another successful person. Sometimes, it simply needs one kind person brave enough to step forward when everyone else chooses to laugh. And that day, in a crowded corporate lobby, Maya proved that the greatest status a person can ever have is simply being human.